So this is about a Kundalini awakening. This store is it's somehow connected to my friend, and again, this is all in the spiritual world. It might not be physical, but this is like a Persian pizza store, and they've got Chicago beer. That's for me, right? Because it's all set up like very royally, like Kabbalah. So there's that, and this is all just a test run because like it's just to show that you can take in information in another state and then like give it back to people, which is the whole process of the visionary experience. And so doing it in this state is like testing for the actual mystical experience. This is all pretty like, it's kind of low-key information. So then it's like Persian magic, because there's lots of stories from Persia about these really wise like magicians who help like the rulers who are like struggling or they have some issue. There's lots of folk tales about that, where this mysterious guy comes into the courtroom and he's like, you know, I would like an audience with the majesty, and then stuff happens. So it's like kind of in the spirit of that. My friend he's a wise guy like that, you know? And so it's like, this is for Zoroastrianism because it needs more play. Like Persia is really for Zoroastrianism, and it actually has ancient roots in Ireland as well. It's like an ancient Celtic faith, and it's like, it talks about how there can be great good or great evil in the world, and it's all about what we do personally. It's very karma's law, and actually the truth is that Zoroastrianism is modern Judaism. Like, you know, the modern Abrahamic deity actually believes very much in karma's law. You know, it's very much about Hashem, which is just the name. It could be any name you want. It's about the good that you're actually doing, rather than following a preset thing of commandments, you know. It's like the actual spontaneous spiritual fire growing in you. So, yeah, and that's like the whole thing about nuclear weapons and Iran and stuff. All of that is them just wanting me to like thank, you know, Persia for helping us out. They've had great medicinal herbs, and they've really been helping on a down-to-earth level. They just don't want to be represented as like a religion government. They're actually working for like a free government, you know. They want it to be open to all spiritualities and stuff. So they asked for the mystic to come in and kind of explain this. And like, I am not government, but it's just at this point, all the government people, they're in trances, and the only way, you know, God appeared to me, and this is not normal, it should never be like this, but God appeared to me and said, you know, do some help to the Zoroastrianism, to the Zoroastrians, you know, because we really want it to be more like that. Like, Judaism is always changing. You know, keep the Hebrew language, but speak good karmic things. You know, like, keep it multicultural. That's really what we're trying to do. And, like, we've been writing these great kind of stories in Hebrew, kind of explaining it from a more modern perspective. Just about that kind of thing. And, you know, we're really grateful, even though it's an encompassing experience. Like, you know, everyone in my life is a part of it. It is the one, the deity, you know, as one, as a whole being. Everyone part of deity in a very overt physical way. And that's because this is the bottom of the tree of life, and gotta say, go ahead and rename that Malkuth Democraty, like the democratic grocery store, right? And in naming it that, we change Etz Chaim to Ilan Chaim. Instead of wood, which could be chopped wood, we're saying only the full-growing tree. Only the tree is actually the tree of life. And so this is all very like centered and very generic. But you know, this isn't really our normal lives. It's not really my normal way